And Create App and Create Studio can work really well together because you can do your animations within Create Studio, add them to Create App, and combine your videos if you want to within Create App that you've recorded or done something else. Now what I want to show you today is I want to show you in depth about how this software works, what you can do with this software, and some of the examples of different types of projects that you can create within this software. So the video will be a little bit long, but I'm going to go through this in depth. So if you want to see exactly how the software works, this is the right place to be. And before I move on to that, I want to say also down below, I've put together probably my biggest package in years as a bonus for this particular product. I've been super impressed by it, and I know there's a massive opportunity right now for you to go out there and help businesses with animated videos. And because animated videos are now easier to put together, they're now faster to put together, you'll be able to offer a really good service to businesses. And down below I'll show you how to attract clients, give you a attraction funnel that's customized to this software, so it's going to be really easy to just roll that out and start selling. I've also got down below a number of videos that will help you within this software, and if you go down further, if you get the agency upgrade for Create Studio, you're also going to be able to benefit and get the agency bonus that I've organized down below that is limited but is going to be highly valuable as you go and sell this to businesses. So this software is launching at $67, I believe, and this is a one-time price, and this is a founder special before it increases to about $199 to $299, and the price is increasing at midnight on that first day of launch. So be aware of those dates, put them down, but do make sure you get in early to the software if you do want to get access. And if you do intend to do any sort of video animation, I'll show you in this video why this software is the software that you'll want. So you can see I've been playing around with the software here. I've been using the software for about an hour now, and already I've been able to pick up exactly how the software works, how to use it, and with other animation softwares like Adobe, I've been trying to learn them for years and just haven't been successful. So this software creates Adobe-like effects, and it does it in just such an easy way. So let me first of all go out. These are my different projects I've been working on. I'm just going to save this one, and we're going to come back to this, and new video. I'm just going to save this, and we'll come back to this one because I want to show you how this what I've been doing basically with the software. So to show you a little bit of background about what you can create with the software, I'll show you some of the templates that they have in here first. And the reason I'm showing you that is to show you the different types and styles of videos that you can create within this software. So you've got character styles that you can create within this software. Now these character videos are using characters that are animated and can have different objects, different videos and images coming onto the screen with them. You can also create videos within different devices, and these are super easy to create. There's actually an animation function within Create Studio that gives you the ability to add your videos in really easy. It's within a couple of clicks you can actually add your videos into these different templates, and it makes it really, really easy to do that. You've also got the ability to create videos for Facebook that include texts and animated slide-in text. You can also use these for lower third videos and lower third animations as well. And you can see there, what I'm showing you right now is the Template Club, which is the first upgrade that's included with it. This is really useful to see because then you can see what types of videos and styles you'll be able to create as well. So you can see here again, we've got a video inside of a device, and you can also create like animated bars as well, and discount coupon codes and so on. You've got live action videos you can create with this software. Live action basically being like photo openers and in-person style videos. So you can actually upload your own videos into the software. You can use those in there, or you can film videos for clients and animate those videos that you've filmed for a client using objects from the internet, animated into videos that you've recorded. You can use these different local business templates here: logo stingers, openers, outros, promotional videos, slideshows, and these look really cool, and stories as well. Now these in particular I really like. The thing that I like probably the most about this particular software here is the characters though. These characters are so fluid and look so good that I would probably say this is the most valuable part of this software. For example, if I was to show you this template here now, what you'll see is you'll just see these different animations, how you actually put them together and how unique they can actually be. Because in other software that I've seen which involves characters, 3D type caricature animations, they don't flow so easily because they're usually put together separately, individually. Their actions are put together. Whereas this, the way this software works, and I'll show you an in-depth overview of the software in just a second, but I'll show you just how animations work to start, is that you've got different actions that this character can take. So what you're seeing is this one character this is his involvement within this particular scene. So he's involved in this scene for about 11 seconds. So he's in this scene for 11 seconds. Now, what is he doing within that 11 seconds? Well, you can choose what he does. So you can actually say, well, he's waving within that first 3 seconds. Then he's just standing there, okay? He's just standing there. He's just idle. Then you can say that he gives a thumbs up, and then you can say that he's happy. And you adjust these really easily because you just go over here, you can choose the action that he's doing, and you can just adjust these actions as you want. So, and based on your selection, he'll just adjust, and it looks smooth as anything, natural as anything. There's no moving around of objects. There's no trying to find him again. You know, some software don't even have the ability to do different types of animations. There's none of that. It's just basically you just add different actions. Then if you want to, you can go to the end of the character, you can extend him out if you want to a bit, and add another action if you wanted to, and you could have him going idle again, so he's not doing anything again, and then you could have him again interacting in a new way after that particular idle scene by, I've got to first of all unselect idle, I've got to select this particular character here, add action, and then from there I could say, for example, that he's now typing and thinking, showing something, and that could then end that character's involvement in this particular scene. So that's how the characters operate within this, and there is just so many characters that you can choose from within this software, so many different types of styles. It's really, really cool. If you were to create these or get them created by someone, an animator, I know from experience that it costs thousands of dollars to do this. And these guys, what they've done is no doubt they've actually got an animator, a 3D animator, to do all of these in advance so they can be used in the software. And all of these different characters, they can be added, and I'll just add one in here now to show you. They can be added in, and you can just use them as you want in your videos. And they've all got different sorts of styles, they've got different types of lives, and they all do different types of actions. And it's not an easy thing to do. This is very, very difficult to actually put together. I know because I've looked into these things, and it's not an easy process to create these from scratch, but it's very difficult to put these into a software like this and in such a fluid and smart way. So you can see that you can just create kind of a world almost with these characters within the videos that you want to. And this is one of the main features of this software that I really love, because it's something that I see here that's very unique to the software, that has a particular style that will really, I think, resonate with businesses and help to sell this software and advertise your services as well, because it has a unique feel to it, and it has a really, really cool kind of grabbing and fun type feel to it. So again, I'm going to add another action here. Pointing. I could add pointing. I could scroll back here. I could again, you got to unselect this pointing, otherwise it will stay on that particular object, and you've got to drag this out here. Just add the action and rocket. That sounds fun. And again, each one of these is a smooth animation. We just click play and it will smooth. Now, this particular animation didn't work smooth, and I should say this as well, it's not always the case. Now, there's some animations in here which are not smooth, like this one's pretty smooth, and the way that you can make them smooth is by adding idle. So you can actually add this idle function, which is a really useful function, and I haven't actually used this character before, so he doesn't have an idle function. So some of them have idle functions, some of them don't. So that's something to be aware of as well, that not every animation will work together, but in most of the cases they'll work together. And if they're not working together, what you can do is you can actually just put a break in between, and you can have them appearing from the side or a different place. But one of the things that you can do with this software is you have that flexibility, because as I'll show you in a moment, I'm kind of just giving you a full overview right now as I get into this, but you can actually add animations, so you can actually change the position of him and how he interacts on the actual page itself. And the way you do that is through these motions. So you could, for example, have him sliding right. So for example, when he, what I want to do is I want to drag this out a bit. and I'll show you this in a second, but you can actually basically just have him walking in. So he's walking in, and now he's doing what he's doing, and if I was to take this animation that I've just added away, if I was to delete this right now, you'll see what he looks like. So before he was just walking by himself, and now what I can do is I can actually just have him sliding in from the right. So, and the way this is done, and you can adjust the speed of these, but they're actually done like naturally, really naturally, and it looks natural. You can see here they've timed it so it looks natural, and that animation is done by these motion templates that they have here. I call them templates because they're basically, what you're doing here is you're doing something that would be overly complex within a software like Adobe After Effects. You'd have to, for example, do a lot of different settings in order to put this together, whereas with this, it's just one particular simplest setting. It's like a template. It's like all of those settings in one, timed already for you, done for you, so it's already adjusted for this style of video. Really, really cool. All right, I've spent enough time on this. What I want to do now is I want to show you all the different characters. I want to also give you an overview of how the software works, and I've gone given you I've given you an overview now of what I really like in the software, and there isn't a lot that I don't like so far. From what I've seen, I pretty much like everything. If I go into this new video here, the video that I was editing before. Now, I just realized that I forgot to save this particular file, but it's okay, because what I'll do is I'll actually recreate it for you right now. So what the software does and how it works is you've got this interface, this editing interface here. On the left hand side, you've got media, which is your own files. You can import media into the software. You can import from different places. You can add new folders. You can actually create different media folders here to manage different clients' projects that you're working on. And if you want to, you can also import different stock footage you really like into the software as well by clicking a button. It connects in with the many different popular stock footage companies out there, and this is an upgrade. So this is one of the upgrade features which I highly recommend getting, because it's just really easy to import different footage as you need it into this software, and there's a ton of different footage here that will really suit whatever client projects or whatever types of projects you're working on, and just give you some filler content depending on the style of video that you're using. So that's available here. Now that's your media file area. Now this is your studio, and this is where CreateStudio becomes really, really unique. So what you've got is you've got a range of different pre-created scenes that you can choose from, and these scenes can be added into this software, and basically what those scenes do is they allow you to construct and create a little world within the videos that you're creating, and I'll show you how those work. It's one of the major components of the software. You've then got 3D characters, 2D characters, and different animations that you can choose from within your characters studio component here. You've got video transitions that you can do. So these video transitions will allow you to introduce from one scene to the next in a way that's engaging and really stands out and makes your video very polished as well. You've then got icons, and what you can do within these icons is you can edit any component of these icons because they use what's called SVG. Now, you don't need to know the details about what SVG is. It's basically a highly high quality icon file that you can edit every component within that icon itself, and that adds another level of flexibility for advanced users. And if you're someone that really wants to create unique customized animations, then you're going to really benefit from this, because that is included with this icons component. You've then got backgrounds that you can create, these animated backgrounds, and you've also got titles, typography that you can create and animate as well, zooming in and out of your videos. You've got social, which is the ability to click on these and subscribe, and these buttons that pop up. You've got different devices. You've got different emojis that are animated as well, which look really, really cool. You've got different as well video effects, and you've got shapes as well within the software. Now across the top we have text, which you can add into the software, you can animate as well, and you've also got shapes, and you can choose from a wide range of different shapes that you can fit things into, that you can add within the software, that you can search for as well within the software as well. Now on the right hand side here is like the editing component. So when I add in a scene, which I'll do right now, I'll add in one of my 3D scenes here. I'm going to add in this particular scene here. I drag it into the canvas, and I can see a preview here now of it. Now you'll see here on the right hand side, actually let's go down first. So if you see down, we have a scene, and you'll see here it says main project, and this is our scene. So this particular scene here allows us to dig deeper into the scene, and it has a number of different elements within that particular scene. You've got then the text, you've got the welcome message, you've got Tom, who's our character for this particular scene, and he could be the talent as well, and you've got then a background as well. And you'll see here as I switch through these different elements, you've got editing that you have available on the right hand side here as well. Now, one of the parts that I've been really impressed by is I was able to pick this up quite quickly because there is some really good training that's associated with this software that made it easy to understand how everything works and operates. Now, in this right-hand side here, you've got motion and you've got advanced. Now, advanced is if you really want to change the different components within the text itself. For example, if you wanted to add a border around it, you wanted to change the width, you wanted to change the shadow that's on it, you wanted to add some blur effects, you wanted to skew it in some way, you can do those. But what you find is you really don't have much need for the advanced unless you're really trying to get very specific in what you want. And then you've got in and out. Now these in and out motions are basically intro and outro type motions. So you can see here that this text slides in and it slides out. Now how does it do that? Well, if we open this text up here, you can see there's an animation component underneath it. And what this has is it has this particular motion that's added as an animation below it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this. I'm going to add in a different type of animation here that I want to. So for example, I could add in a rotate animation. I could add in a fade if I wanted to. So it would fade in or out. And you can see a preview up here as you go through these different animations as well. I could also choose if I wanted to add in a slide animation, a bounce animation, so it would actually bounce. So for example, if I select this, that's actually a fade that I've selected here. I'm just going to delete that. I could actually add a bounce animation if I wanted to. So for example, slide in from the right, bounce slide right. It's going to bounce in now. There we go, and it bounces in. You saw welcome bounce in. Now, if we go back again, I like the slide right animation, so I'm just going to select that component here. And what I want to do is I don't like Tom being there the whole time. I want him to be sliding in as well. So I could also select for him to slide right as well. Currently he's waving. I can select to slide right. And I don't really want him to be in his current position. What I want to do is I'm going to move him, and I'm just going to do this, one sec. I actually want to move him so he comes over here and my text is over here. So to do that, I just move the text and I move Tom to where I want. The animations will stay the same, but the software will automatically speed up and reorder when they come in. So watch this. Welcome to CreateStudio. And I've got Tom here waving as well. Now you'll see here that I'm editing inside of this scene, but it's separate from my main project. So what you can do is you can actually create scenes and you can group those scenes. And the way you group them is by highlighting a number of objects together, and you can then right click and you can create a group, and that helps you to restrict all of your different work into different groups, and that means that you can create different scenes within a particular video. And this is highly recommended because as you create and as you do this for businesses, you'll want to make sure you create an introduction scene. You create a scene maybe where you're filming inside of their business, then you're talking to the CEO maybe, and that's a separate scene as well, and you've got different introduction elements, you've got lower thirds elements added in there, and that's an important component of this software as well. So I've already shown you how the character animates. I've shown you how these motions work now, and you can do this within the software in many different ways. So for example, if I wanted to add a new scene, I could do that. If I wanted to, I can just go ahead and I can drag in another character if I wanted to get another character involved. So for example, Sally, I could drag her in, and I just drag her into the canvas. And then for example, that she's been created here as well. And if I wanted to, I could then go and create a group here, and that would be my new scene. So I could, for example, say scene 2, and that's scene 2. So she's now in scene 2. She's my character for scene 2, and then that's that. I click enter to save it, and then I've got Sally now, and she's in scene 2. So now I can edit this scene 2, and I can edit what Sally does within that particular time, and I can adjust how she interacts with this particular scene. I can also add different actions for her. She can do a whole bunch of different stuff if I wanted to, and that's all done through the character section that I showed you before. Now, if I wanted to, I could add in a lot of different things within here. I could add in a background for her. So for example, a background that might work for her is a classroom. She looks like she's a teacher maybe, or she could be in a lab. And we would just add that in here. You'll see that currently the classroom is over top of Sally. So we'll put Sally over top of the classroom. And now she's in a classroom type section. So maybe she's in a classroom and she's not having a good time. So maybe it could be a video relating to how to educate your teenagers, or something like that. For maybe it's a company that's doing something like that. You've got different types of 3D scenes. You can put these 3D characters in, and all of them, they look really, really well. Some of them look better for than others. So for example, if I was to go back to my main project here, I was to click into this, and I was to go actually to Tom, and I was to go and replace this background here with the new background that we have, say the wood office. This looks really good with Tom because he looks like the type of person that would be more into the outdoors. So and he suits that scene really well. So some of these characters, they suit scenes better than others. This particular scene suits Tom really well, and you can actually have him sitting down on his computer and typing if you want to, because of how these characters have been kind of built for some of these scenes. So something to be aware of as well. Now I could probably keep talking about the software all day, but what I probably recommend is if you've seen and you like what you see so far, go ahead and get access to the software. You'll be able to play around with this. It's fun. I've been sitting here now and just the time's just flowing by, and I've just been like creating interesting stuff, and I'm actually enjoying the process of creating this video. That's why it could probably go on for a lot longer, because there is a lot in the software, and I just really, really like what they've done here. You can see the attention to detail. They're thinking about the customer, and that's what I really, really like about the software, and that's what Vidello is all about. Thinking about putting the customer first, and you can see that within the software. If you then wanted to publish your video, you just simply choose a destination file. You go ahead, you can just save it and publish that video, and it'll then render it out very quickly within the software. Because it's a desktop downloaded software, a software that works on Mac and PC, it's downloaded. The rendering is super fast, and you won't have the delays that you find in online software, which again is another big plus within the software as well. Look, thanks for listening. That's I'm not gonna go into anything more in depth. Go through the training videos if you want to find out more about this software. Jump on the webinars, and we're gonna have an agency webinar that'll be happening next week. I'm super passionate about this, and I'm really passionate about you picking this up and running with it. So I'm gonna be doing all I can to support you in that, and that's why I've created the bonus package that I have down below. Thanks for listening. This is Sam Backer. I really appreciate your support. Thank you for coming to this page. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you do get access to CreateStudio, let me know how it goes. I'm excited, and I really enjoy hearing about what you're doing with different software. And again, thanks for listening. Thanks for being a subscriber of mine, and get access to the software early to secure the best price for $67. In my opinion, it's a no-brainer. Thanks. I'll talk to you again soon. See you later.